Hey guys, what's going on? Troy from Mountain Man Treasure here, and I'm going to start something a little bit new, taking a bit of a cue from my buddy Chris Chernock. We're going to call these drive-by bolos. Okay, so here's the idea. These are going to be pretty short, and I'm going to delve into one thing. Actually, on this one, we're going to do two things, because there are two things that I sold, one this morning, one overnight, that frankly are both bolos, and frankly are on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. One, a big ticket item that made me more than $100, and then on the other end of the spectrum, we've got something that's making me about $5 a shot, but I got a bunch of them. And ultimately, they're going to end up making me more money than the one big ticket item. Let me show you what I mean. Here's the deal. We're doing some drive-by bolos, and I'm going to show you today two things. Very often, I think it's going to be one thing, just a little quickie video to show you something to look out for. But today, we're going two things because I think it's interesting that they're, like I said, on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. But the cheap thing is going to end up making me more money. So let's start out with the expensive thing. Let's show you that now. So here's the expensive thing. Pair of Tony Lamas snakeskin boots. It's like water snake python or something. Look at this. I'm going to pull that. We're panning back as far as we can. This thing is incredible. We're going to get close. This is really cool. These are vintage boots. And you can see the scales on. I'm trying to get the right angle on there. There you go. You see how you can see the edges are peeled up a little bit? That's not because they're in bad shape and they're peeling. That's because they're real. That's because these are real snakeskin boots. You know, you see sometimes women's shoes in particular that have the reptile type pattern on it, right? But it's just flat. It's like plastic, right? You can feel these. These are scales. These are Tony Lama boots. The bottom is super clean, and the heel is very, very good condition. There's the brand. Let's flip it around so you can see the brand there. There we go. Can we see that? Yeah, Tony Lama. It's on the inside too. Let me show you the inside of the boot. It's on the inside back of the boot. There it is. So you can see it's Tony Lama. And they also put the model, essentially the model number on there, just like Nike shoes have the number on there. The Adidas shoes have the art number. Tony Lama boots have the style number, and this one is 8114. So you can look for Tony Lama 8114. That's all you got to punch in. And pick these boots up. They were marked $35. They had gone out that morning, but it was the weekend of a half-off sale at our local thrift store. So $35. It would have been a good deal at $35. I'd have bought them at $35 actually, but got them for $17.50. Posted these up on Saturday late afternoon, I think, and they sold overnight last night. So they lasted 2 days. If that sold for full, well, I have a sale going on in the store right now for 15% off. So sold for full sales price, $127.49 plus priority shipping. And these are heavy boots. They're size 10.5. They're bigger boots. They're going all the way to Florida, and so he's paying for priority shipping, and he's $25 or so, and he's $152 plus in all in on these boots that I paid $17.50 for. So keep an eye out, guys, for Tony Lama. Tony Lama boots, even their black boots, are going to have a lot of interesting designs on them very often. You're going to want to make sure that the bottoms are in good shape. Take pictures of the bottom. Take pictures of the heel. You're going to want to take pictures of the code inside there so they can see it is what you're talking about. And you're going to want to take pictures down like that so they can see the heel, or the sole, I mean, so they can see that the inside of the boot is in good shape, just like any other shoe, right? No different than any other shoe. You're also going to want to measure. You'll want to measure from toe to heel. Tell them how far that is because they know what size it is, but still tell them what it is. Measure from the heel to the top there. They're going to want to know that is, and they're very often you're going to get questions about the calf measurement. So just measure that. Put it in there. Run a piece of string around, or if you have a tape that'll run around there, measure that. I think this one was 15 or 15.5 inches, something like that. So just start at one side, work all the way to the other, and measure it because they're going to want to know if it fits their leg. keep an eye out, like I said, for Tony Llama, and keep an eye out for any kind of exotic skin, whether it's lizard or ostrich or something like that. It's very often going to go for good money if it's in good shape. So that a little bolo for you, and one other one for you here real quick. This on the complete other end of the spectrum. Let's take a look at those. So that was a thrift store find, and I paid up for it, right? I mean, $17.50 is paying up in a thrift store very often, and it sold for really good money. That's a really good individual item sale. We're going to profit after fees more than $100 on that, after fees, after cost of goods, all that. Well, how about this guy? Combat Max Cockroach Bait, right? Doesn't look like anything, right? It's 18 bait stations. That's all this is. It's just, it's what you would see in any aisle of Walmart, and that's where we got it. I got it on the clearance aisle of Walmart a little while ago, and all of a sudden my listing became one of the lower listed or lower priced listings, because I could do that. I got them so cheap. These were on clearance for 25 cents a piece. We loaded up the cart. We got out of there with 49 cockroach. It looked like we were starting a business. We got 49 of these things, paid $12.25 for them. Actually left one behind because the packaging was all screwed up. So we could have had 50. I decided to leave that one behind. These are selling routinely now for $10.77 a piece. I think I sold 2 already today, and I only have 2 left. So I'm going to be really sad. By this time tomorrow, I'm going to be out of the cockroach killing business, and I'm going to be bummed out because, like I said, we're selling those for $10.77 a piece, so not that much, right? Free shipping. But here's the thing. If you figure it depends on where they're going. So they're going New York, they're going to Florida, they're going to Costa Rica. They've gone all over. It depends on where it's going, but I'm paying anywhere between like $3 and $4, something like that a piece. So not very much. It's cheap first class, right? But that comes out of your $10.77. So $10.77 minus, call it $4. It's probably an average of $4 if I had to guess. So once you take that out, once you take eBay fees out, and then once you take out the cost of goods, which, as I said, was $0.25 for each of these. Once you take that out, we're looking at between, usually about $5.50 a piece, something like that. Call it $5.50 is probably a good average. But the thing is, remember, we had 49 of these things, so it adds up. I'm going to make a little more than $100 on those boots. Right about, call it for easy math. I'm going to make $100 on those boots, one sale. Well, on these guys, I'm only making $5 a piece, but it's a quantity listing, and I'm selling it like crazy. And we're going to make more than $200 really, really easily. Like 200, 210, I don't know. Sit down and do the math again, but we're clearing $200 profit on those things. And another good thing is they take no time to pack, right? I put one little layer of bubble wrap around them just to hold them. I do put them in a box just because I don't want them to get smashed up. So I might be costing myself an ounce or two. I could put them in an envelope. Maybe I'd be fine, but I don't want the box to get all smashed up. So I do put it in a small box, and I put one little sheet of bubble on it just to hold it in place so it doesn't rattle around in there at all, and it fits snug. It takes seconds to put it in a box. I know how much it weighs. I can print those out. I'm often printing multiple a day. So it's very easy to just print all those labels all at once in a bulk editing. And we made a quick $5. I look at it as I've had a box of $5 bills sitting here in the garage. And now my box is almost empty. It's a bummer. So that's just something for you to consider. I mean, take a check when you go to the grocery store. Zip down that clearance aisle. I just picked up a couple of other things that I'm selling right now that at the actual grocery store, not Walmart, just a local grocery store. They had something clearance down. They had 6 of them, and I've already sold half of them. Sold 3 of them inside of about a day and a half for $40. So you never know what you're going to find. Just keep your eyes open. Not every cockroach bait is going to sell like that. I have done okay on a couple other ones. This is the 3rd type that I've sold. The other 2 were like gel baits. They come in the tube, but they're very, very light. They're very easy to ship. They're very easy to package, and people all over need them. And so if you can get them at a really good price, something that's replenishable like that, unfortunately, mine was replenishable up to 49, and now I don't have any more. But yeah, those are your BOLOs. Those are your drive-by BOLOs. Keep an eye out for boots. Keep an eye out for retail arbitrage opportunities. Just cruise down that aisle. See if you can pay for your groceries with a couple things out of the clearance aisle. Spend 5 minutes, scan the barcode, look up the comps, and you never know. You might be surprised. That's all we've got from Mountain Man Treasure today. Cockroach Bait and Boots. We'll see you next time, guys.